Imagine this: one decision, just one, can change the entire course of your life. On one side, a life of routine and regret; on the other, a life of passion and purpose. The difference? A single choice. Today, we're uncovering the secret to making decisions that lead to the life you truly want. Every day, we are bombarded with decisions. From the moment we wake up, it's a constant stream of choices: what to eat, what to wear, what to watch. But here is the thing: even the smallest decisions add up. They shape our habits, our mindset, and ultimately, our destiny. But what happens when we can't decide? Indecision is like quicksand. It pulls us deeper into doubt and inaction. Time slips away, opportunities vanish, and we're left wondering, what if? The cost of indecision is often higher than the cost of a wrong decision. Decisions are not just logical, they are emotional. They carry weight. The fear of making the wrong choice can keep us up at night, filling our minds with what-ifs and if only. But what if you could make decisions without regret? What if you could trust yourself completely? Here is the good news: better decisions are within your reach. With the right tools and mindset, you can cut through the noise, trust your instincts, and take control of your life. The secret is not about being perfect, it's about being intentional. And today, we're unlocking that secret together. Let's start with the basics: your brain. When it comes to decision making, two key players are at work: the prefrontal cortex, the logical, rational part of your brain, and the amygdala, which processes emotions. These two are constantly in conversation, but when they clash, that is when bad decisions happen. Think of your brain as a battlefield. On one side, logic, cool, calm, and analytical; on the other, emotion, impulsive, passionate, and sometimes irrational. The key to better decisions is finding balance between the two. Too much logic, and you might overthink; too much emotion, and you might act impulsively. Have you ever felt paralyzed by too many options? That's the paradox of choice. Studies show that when faced with too many alternatives, we are more likely to feel stressed and make worse decisions. Sometimes, less really is more. Now, let's talk about cognitive biases, the hidden traps in our thinking. These are mental shortcuts that our brains take to save energy, but they often lead us astray. Think of them as blind spots in your decision-making process. One of the most common biases is confirmation bias, the tendency to seek out information that supports what we already believe. It's like wearing blinders that only let you see what you want to see. The result, a distorted view of reality. Another sneaky bias is anchoring. This is when we rely too heavily on the first piece of information we receive. For example, if you see a $1,000 price tag on a jacket, a $500 jacket suddenly seems like a steal, even if it is still overpriced. Anchors can skew our judgment without us even realizing it. Ever heard of the halo effect? It's when we let one positive trait influence our overall judgment. For example, if someone is attractive or charismatic, we might assume they are also intelligent or trustworthy, even if they are not. This bias can cloud our decisions in relationships, hiring, and more. Finally, there is the availability heuristic, the tendency to overestimate the importance of information that is readily available. For example, if you see a news story about a plane crash, you might start fearing air travel, even though it's far safer than driving. Our brains are wired to focus on what is recent, dramatic, or emotional, not necessarily what is true. Here is something fascinating. Your brain is lazy, well, not lazy, efficient. It's constantly looking for ways to conserve energy, which is why it relies on these biases and shortcuts. But once you are aware of them, you can start to take back control. The good news, you are not stuck with these biases. By understanding how they work, you can catch yourself in the act and make more rational, intentional decisions. And that is where the real magic happens. Now that we understand the science behind decision-making, let's dive into the framework. This 5-step process will help you cut through the noise, trust your instincts, and make decisions with confidence. Let's break it down, one step at a time. Step 1. Define the problem. This might sound obvious, but it's where most people go wrong. Ask yourself, what am I really trying to solve? For example, if you are unhappy at work, is it the job itself, or is it something deeper, like a lack of purpose? Clarity is your best friend here. Let's say you are at a career crossroads. Instead of asking, should I quit my job? Dig deeper. Ask, what is making me unhappy? Is it the work, the environment, or something else? Defining the problem clearly will guide your next steps. Step 2. Gather information, but not too much. Research shows that too many options can paralyze us. Instead, focus on quality over quantity. Talk to experts, read trusted sources, and listen to your gut. Remember, knowledge is power, but only if you use it wisely. Imagine you are buying a car. Instead of drowning in endless reviews, start by identifying your priorities. Do you need fuel efficiency, safety, or space? Then, talk to people who own the car or a trusted mechanic. Targeted information leads to better decisions. Step 3. Weigh the pros and cons. Write them down if you have to. This is not just about logic. It's about understanding how each option aligns with your values and goals. For example, a high-paying job might look great on paper, but if it leaves you no time for family, is it worth it? Let's say you are considering moving to a new city. On the pro side, there might be better job opportunities and a lower cost of living. On the con side, you would be far from family and friends. Weighing these factors helps you see the bigger picture. Step 4. Trust your intuition. After analyzing the facts, take a moment to quiet your mind. What does your gut say? Often, your subconscious knows what is best before your conscious mind catches up. Trust that inner voice. It's smarter than you think. Imagine you are choosing a business partner. On paper, they look perfect, great credentials, solid experience. But something feels off. That's your intuition talking. Don't ignore it. Sometimes, the data does not tell the whole story. Step 5. Take action. Indecision is a decision in itself, and it's often the worst one. Once you have made your choice, reflect on the outcome. What worked? What did not? This feedback loop is how you grow and make even better decisions in the future. Let's say you have always wanted to try painting. You've done your research, weighed the pros and cons, and trusted your gut. Now, it's time to take the leap. Even if it does not turn out perfectly, you will learn something valuable about yourself. That's the power of action. Like any skill, decision-making gets better with practice. The more you use this framework, the more natural it will feel. Over time, you will find yourself making decisions faster, with less stress, and greater confidence. So, what decision have you been putting off? Whether it's changing careers, ending a relationship, or simply trying something new, use this framework to take the first step. Remember, the secret to better decisions is not about being perfect, it's about being intentional. Now that we have covered the decision-making framework, let's talk about the secret ingredient, emotional intelligence. This is the ability to understand and manage your emotions, and it's crucial for making better decisions. When you are calm and centered, you are less likely to be swayed by fear, anger, or impulsivity. Emotional intelligence has 4 key components: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. Let's break each one down and see how it applies to decision-making. Self-awareness is the foundation of emotional intelligence. It's about understanding your emotions, strengths, weaknesses, and triggers. For example, if you know you are prone to stress under pressure, you can take steps to stay calm when making important decisions. Self-management is about controlling your emotions, especially in high-pressure situations. Techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, and journaling can help you stay calm and focused, so you don't make impulsive decisions you will regret later. Social awareness is the ability to understand and empathize with others. This is especially important in decisions that involve other people, like negotiating a deal or resolving a conflict. By reading body language and listening actively, you can make more informed and compassionate choices. Relationship management is about building and maintaining healthy connections. This skill helps you navigate difficult conversations, inspire trust, and work effectively with others. When your relationships are strong, decision-making becomes a collaborative and supportive process. Studies show that people with high emotional intelligence make better decisions. Why? Because they are able to balance logic and emotion, stay calm under pressure, and consider the impact of their choices on themselves and others. Emotional intelligence is the glue that holds the decision-making framework together. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, is a key part of emotional intelligence. When you make decisions with empathy, you consider how they will affect everyone involved. This leads to more ethical and sustainable outcomes. So, how can you build emotional intelligence? Start with self-reflection. Practice mindfulness to stay present and aware of your emotions. Journaling can help you process your thoughts and feelings, and don't be afraid to seek feedback from others or work with a therapist to deepen your self-awareness. Mindfulness is one of the most effective ways to build emotional intelligence. By staying present and aware of your thoughts and feelings, you can respond to situations calmly and thoughtfully, rather than reacting impulsively. Journaling is another powerful tool. Try asking yourself questions like, what am I feeling right now? Why do I feel this way? How is this emotion influencing my decisions? This practice can help you uncover patterns and gain clarity. Don't underestimate the value of feedback. Ask trusted friends, family, or colleagues how they perceive your emotional responses. Sometimes, an outside perspective can reveal blind spots you did not even know you had. When you combine emotional intelligence with the decision-making framework, you become unstoppable. You are able to stay calm under pressure, understand the impact of your choices, and make decisions that align with your values and goals. Remember, it's not just the big decisions that matter. The small, everyday choices, what you eat, how you spend your time, who you surround yourself with, add up to create the life you live. Start small, and watch how those tiny changes lead to big results. One of the biggest barriers to decision-making is the fear of failure. But here is the truth: every decision, even the wrong ones, teaches you something valuable. Failure is not the end, it's a stepping stone to success. So, don't let fear hold you back. After you make a decision, take time to reflect. Ask yourself, what worked, what did not, what can I do differently next time? This feedback loop is how you grow and make even better decisions in the future. So, what decision have you been putting off? Whether it's changing careers, ending a relationship, or simply trying something new, take the first step today. Use the framework, trust your intuition, and take action. Your future self will thank you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the Wisdom Tooth, and share it with someone who needs a little guidance. Together, we can build a community of curious, thoughtful, and intentional decision makers.